All right, well, here with me is someone who raced with Busch for years and was even his teammate, NASCAR driver Casey Mears. Cassie, before we get to his legacy as a NASCAR driver, I want to talk about Kyle as a man. What can you tell us about him? Obviously, he's a father, he was a husband, but what can you tell us about Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, Kyle was in the sport so young. I think we all watched him grow up and kind of grew up alongside him in the sport. And, once he was married to Samantha, started having kids, really grew as a great husband, a good father, and a family man. They spent a lot of time, out on the out racing on the road, but at the same time, spent a lot of time with Brexton, his son, doing some racing as well. And to see that connection between him and Brexton over the last few years has been pretty special. And I feel fortunate that Trish and I, my wife, have had a chance to really spend some time with Kyle and Samantha. Every time they'd come into the Phoenix area, we'd always get together and have dinner and catch up. We ran into him in Cabo just about a month ago, and just completely surprised by this. It's so last minute, unexpected. Just prayers, love, and hugs go to the Busch family, and just great to see some of that video there where Kyle was really able to soak in that final win, and obviously a lot of experiences and good time with his family as well, and he's definitely going to be missed.
Yeah, I mean, Casey, when you hear something like that, saying you never know if it's going to be your last, it's hard to hear. Tell us now about obviously he's one of the NASCAR's great, but put that in context for us, just how great of a NASCAR driver he was.
I think it'd be difficult to, because quite honestly, he's put up numbers better than any NASCAR driver out there, pretty much. When you look at across the board in all three NASCAR series, and there was times where we went years where if Busch didn't win some form of race on the weekend, something wasn't quite right. He just really was next level. I think as competitors, we all like to admit that we can just beat anybody at any given time, but Kyle was really one of those guys that just had a little bit more. He was that next level, and it's hard to explain unless you had that experience driving alongside him. But it was just like any elite athlete. There's always two or three in the crowd that really stand out, and Kyle was one of those guys.
What made him so hard to beat?
I think his natural ability. I mean, right out of the gate, he came in at a young age and was extremely competitive. I think his ability to read a track, read a car, adapt. I think that NASCAR has always thrown different rules at us, different tires. We run various different racetracks, and Kyle has proven that by winning at pretty much every race car on the or racetrack on the NASCAR circuit with every different form that NASCAR has ever thrown at us. So when you think about the diversity he has behind the wheel and his natural talent and ability to adapt, to change, and adapt quickly, was something that made him really strong.
And Kyle had an older brother, Kurt, who is a legend as well. He's still with us, but he also leaves behind a son, Brexton, who I'm hearing, might be one of the greats himself. He's young right now, but he's supposed to be a great driver as well.
Well, I think Kyle and Samantha put a lot of effort into, giving Brexton what he needs to go out there and learn motorsports, and he's learned it from one of the best out there. He's been really successful in his own right, and it's really neat to see the family time that they've got to spend together. Kyle being able to share his wealth of knowledge in the sport, and all that close time that he had with Brexton. Obviously, they're a racing family, traveling a lot on the weekends. But being at the racetrack, being together, getting to spend that time, even racing on some of the same tracks at the same time together in recent years, I think has been really special for them. And we love to follow along on all that.
Absolutely. Casey Mears, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Prayers to the NASCAR family as well as Kyle, the Busch family. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.